Hello, 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 hello. So to the life. I just.
Nobody where you bring, I don't know.
Mo máa mọ ẹgbẹ́ tó gbé wá lọ́jọ́ yẹn. Mo máa mọ pálí mi mà lẹ́gbẹ́ lọ bè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Tó lọ gbé wá lọ́jọ́ yẹn, mo lọ lọ́jọ́ yẹn. Ẹgbẹ́ ìlú wa lọ gbé wá lórí ya. Ẹgbẹ́ ilé tó ń ṣe níbẹ̀. Ẹ tí mo mọ̀ dáadáa. Ọjọ́ kí ló ń ṣe lè. Ọjọ́ tí mo mọ̀ dáadáa. Wọ́n ń lò mí ní ìwé. Kí ló ń ṣe lè. Ẹ tó lọ lọ́jọ́ yẹn. Ó ní tí bàbá yẹn tún wá lè gbà tó ní bàbá lórí ẹ̀bọ̀ ìkọ́. Kí ló jẹ́ sọ́kọ́ nígbà ẹjọ́ ìmọ̀ wà bí bàbá kan bí lórí ẹ̀bọ̀
All right, let's start the program. Let's commence. Let's commence the program. Let's commence the program. Let's commence the program. Please, let's maintain decorum there. Can we roll? Okay. It's a beautiful edition. Another time here at the newsstand, all the way from Ogba newsstand to the world. We say good morning to you. We say good morning to you, viewers across the globe. We appreciate you for always joining us on this platform. We have diverse viewers watching us right now. And I would like to say good morning to you all. Gladys Wanyaba, good morning to you. Mega TV, good morning to you as well. Gladys saying nice to be here this morning watching from Atlanta, USA. Mega watching from Switzerland. Thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of this program. All right, behind the camera I have David, Daniel. I'm very good at Dapo. It's also behind the camera. Dapo, thank you for joining us today. Charles, good morning to you as well. Always good to have you at the newsstand. Matthew, good morning to you. Hello, sir. How are you doing too? Good morning. We have Kunle right here at the newsstand. Mr. Mike, MC Grammar, everybody right here. Dissecting topical issues. Quickly to what we have on the front page of Daily Trust newspaper. A sad story, a tragic one. Bandits kill many soldiers in Niger State. Bandits kill many soldiers in Niger. Pilot dies as NAF helicopter crashes. Military mom on attack on personnel. Pilot dies as NAF helicopter crashes. Military mom on attack on personnel. Senator urges deployment of operatives to troubled communities. Cleric wife, children abducted in Kaduna. On to the next one. More woes for passengers as NCAA slams fresh suspension on Max Airline. Down the paper we have petrol now 650 naira in Borno, Oyo Delta as skills return in Lagos. Petrol now 650 naira per litre in Borno, Oyo Delta as skills return in Lagos. Quickly to Other stories on same journal. Work peacefully with NPP. Government in Kano Ganduje tells lawmakers. Ritualists disguised as laborers kill Ondo pastor on farmland. The state of insecurity in Nigeria is becoming unbearable, and I think the government should do something urgently to stop this menace. So the next one, which is the nation newspaper, was the nation telling the nation across the globe. Forex prices, CBN likely to flood market with dollar. CBN, that is Central Bank of Nigeria, likely to flood market with dollar. Marketers put petrol ex depot price at 600 naira. Akeredolu's wife hopeful governor will return soon. Down the paper we have US presses ECOWAS to pile more pressure on Niger junta. Air Force probes helicopter shot down claimed by bandits. And the last paper we'll be reading, the Vanguard newspaper. The major headline it reads, it's economic shutdown if petrol price rises again. That's what Labour is saying on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. It's economic shutdown if petrol price rises again, says NLC. Accuses IGP, Justice Ministry of hijacking duties of Labour Ministry. Demands apology from IGP for arresting NURTW boss. Says Labour Ministry may go extinct if, that's if, you can get it if, on the front page of this journal, that's page 5, you can get it if, inside of the paper, that's page 5. Tinubu is concerned about economic hardships, says presidency. Marketers urge federal government to tackle forex challenge. Say pump price may rise next week. Now, quickly to the pictures we have on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. I don't know if the viewers are seeing it right now. Now, showing that these footages are showing how men in military fatigues beat up LASTMA officials in Lagos yesterday. In reaction, the LASTMA officials deserted their duty posts in the metropolis. I think this issue happened last week in Ojota. All right, let's talk to Mike concerning the situations. You can help me give that to you. Okay, Mike, good morning to you.
Good morning, my brother.
We have several stories on today's edition of Bystanders. We need to treat them accordingly. First of all, let's look at the issue concerning the soldiers and LASTMA. These are men in uniform, and I don't think as we should be seeing this kind of attitude from them. They should respect themselves. They are uniform men, and they are working for the government as well as the public. What do you think is going on, and what do you think the government should do in terms of giving them orientation about this kind of attitude?
Thank you, Mike. I think it is very unfortunate that we are having a situation where the military personnel and a LASTMA official, LASTMA is Lagos State Transport officials, traffic management officials rather, having scuffles to the point of holding each other, and that has degenerated into what we saw yesterday from the picture you just showed. I think it is very unfortunate. It is something that shouldn't have happened at all if they are disciplined enough. I believe if there is anything to settle between two agencies of government, I think there are procedures that they could have adopted in terms of reaching out to their superiors and sorting it out at that level, not to take laws into their hands and bring disgrace to both security and traffic outfits that we have seen in the last couple of days, and I think it is very unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
Now, moving on to the sad story we have here. bandits kill many soldiers in Niger, and we have the NAV, going there to rescue some of these soldiers that were killed. And at the end of the day, the helicopter got crashed. This is not the first time we've been hearing or having the news of helicopter crashes. What do you think is wrong? And is there anything the government should look into to make sure further occurrence is stopped?
Yes, I think from the report, bandits has claimed responsibility for that crash. They actually, I mean, according to them, they brought it down. That makes it very serious. If they still have such capabilities to bring down an Air Force jet that was on a mission, I think it calls for serious concern. It shows that we have not really decimated these guys as a military claim from time to time. I think there is still much work to be done, which I believe the military should step up the game again and stem the tide once and for all.
I laughed yesterday when Nigerians were criticizing the incident. Some even mocked the Nigerian military, saying that are these the men that want to go to Nigeria to fight? Are these the men that want to go represent ECOWAS or that kind of a thing? It speaks volume. It speaks volume. At this age, we're still having this kind of happenings around the defense or the military. I think something drastic needs to be done there, Michael. Now, on to the next one, talking about the proposed fuel hike. I won't say proposed again because presently in Borno State and other states, fuel is sold for over 600 naira. Borno State, I think it's 650 naira or thereabouts. It's going to be a very big problem if this is not sorted out, Michael.
Yes, I think what the position NLC have taken, I want to believe is the right position. That should there be further increase in the price of petrol, that there will not be any kind of notification to government. They will just proceed on a nationwide strike, and I think that should be the position. So I believe civil society organizations, Nigeria Labour Congress, and all its affiliates are on standby. That should there be any further increases on the current price that we are having, because what we are having presently is already bringing untold hardship. I mean that's the least way to describe it. Untold hardship on virtually every other thing has gone up in terms of pricing, and I think any further increases may plunge the nation into nationwide protests as NSC, and I support that position. That is the position I also stand with.
Now, experts have said that the fall of Naira against the United States dollar is responsible for the increase or the planned increase in fuel pump price. I believe that certain agencies are responsible for that. Don't you think the government needs to look inward, especially the CBN, look inward and do justice to that sector for us not to experience this again? I'm not an expert in that field, but some of the fundamentals in the oil sector are just too simple that anybody can relate with it. We have the crude in this nation. We don't have any business with the price of, what dollars is saying per se, if our refineries are working. United States as a nation has about 130 something refineries. We have 4 and they are not working, and that is what is putting all this unnecessary pressure on the price. Each time they tell you they import, and all manner of cost goes into it, which shouldn't have occurred if we have several refineries that are functional. That is what government should be tackling now, not to be telling us
this is the landing cost and all of that. You're getting the point. So we all know the solution to this issue. As long as you are importing, you are at the mercy of the dollar. And it's as simple as that. And that you cannot control. So fix your refineries, refine locally, and the price will naturally come down.
All right, Michael, I really appreciate you for coming.
Very thanks, my brother.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Let's have you, Kunle. Good morning to you, Kunle.
Yeah, good morning.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm not doing too fine because anytime I wake up in this problem Nigerians, problem nation, man, I don't feel happy at all. You know, when you see people that are supposed to be happy, they are not happy, it's sad, and it's just it's not the way out. Good morning. I thank God for life, actually.
Yeah,
That's the answer.
the Nigeria Labour Congress has threatened to shut down the economy if there is any further increase in fuel price. As a Nigerian, you are feeling the heat right now, and
Definitely.
the further increase in fuel price could result to what we don't expect to happen in the country.
I think they won't try that. They will never try that, and they must not try that because that will be the extent of pushing the citizen to the wall. So we will not tolerate that. I myself will not tolerate that any longer. As I am now, I'm complaining, but when I see the damages on ground, I mean, you see, we masses, there are a lot of things they are hiding from us. There are a lot of atrocity that has gone down the drain. They are hiding from us. Just of recent, we heard that Goldman Sachs, there's a bank in America. The CBN has mortgaged our life, our destiny with that single bank in America, and we are to the extent of they had a transaction with that bank that is running to like 5 trillion naira Nigerian money, and that is why they brought in Obasi. Obasi is the one doing all this investigation for the current government now, and they are bringing out the facts. They are bringing out the damages these people have done. Imagine, and nobody knew that, and that was still under this Emefiele and Buhari. So a lot has been damaged that they are hiding, and they ought to let us know because it's our resources, it's our commonwealth. You see, how can you talk of prodigal leaders that you will not talk about Nigeria? You get what I'm saying? And the extent why we are deformed, why they make us deformed. Likewise, this refinery, the Ford refinery, and that's why when people are castigating, what's it called? What's this man? This pastor yesterday, Tunde Bakare. I think I have to say one thing, a name that he says, right? That don't kill the Nigerians, kill the corruption. And who are the what does that statement mean? The statement means kill the people that are behind the suffering of the Nigerians. And that's why I say Nigeria is only working for the few, right? Not working for the whole, not the majority. It's working for the few. And enough is enough. We cannot continue this way again. I think we have to all stand up because a lot of our money has been siphoned. A lot of our money has turned some wretched politicians to billionaires, to trillionaires, and they are there all around. They are in all the 36 states of Nigeria. Because I'll tell you, there's no billionaire that will come out and start, flaunting his wealth that did not go to government. That is not a government prodigy, or that is not a government, ally. So to me, we are just the way. These people, they are not saints. They are not angels that came from the heaven. They are part of us. So the orientation needs to, because these youths now, by the time we get into power, will be more worse because we want to have a vendetta of what we have, the pain we have witnessed. So I don't know the solution to this country. If I tell you I know, I will be lying. Because the way we are now, whether we need recolonization, whether we have to do some kind of regional system of government so that we will cut ourselves into, sizable, so that everybody can manage the crowd he has. But as of now, this country cannot work the way it is. I'm telling you, Hoha.
Now, presently, the military is mourning over the attack.
The LASTMA.
Yeah, no, not the last man. I'm talking about
The
helicopter.
Air Force, yeah.
Helicopter.
I think the helicopter was going to Niger State for rescue mission. Right?
And at the end of the day, it got crashed. They would have claimed responsibility. That's the bandits. They claimed responsibility.
The bandits.
Yeah. That's they crashed. They brought down the helicopter. What does this signify? Does it mean we don't have a strong military intelligence or a strong military outfit again in Nigeria that could defend that could stop that attack from taking place?
Okay. Now let's pocket it down to the state itself. Why Niger? Why always Niger? You could see that we can really see it that it's only Niger has been having successive attack for a while. Niger State. And why I'm saying this, why I'm crying out loud, Niger State has one of the best, military, combatants. When you talk of the military leaders, likewise, Abdul Salam came from Niger State, Babangida came from Niger State, and there's still Azan Kassina, is it Kassina, Azan Kassina, all of them like that. The holds, when you talk of the holds, military men that are real on good record, they came from Niger. So why can't these leaders come together to tame all this incessant, attack on the states? I don't know. There's no day you open, news that the paper page that you will not see attack on Niger. Why Niger? There must be something going on the net that we've not known. Every time it's Niger State, with all the caliber of people they have in that state, generals upon generals, they have on that state. In that state, they are still witnessing this. So there's a question to be answered. I mean, it's two former head of states, right? And your state is there. It's not peaceful. And you people are there. You cannot even call for National Elder Council meeting. State Elder Council meeting to solve this thing out. I don't know. I think it's their problem. By when time comes, they will reveal the secret behind all this rituals.
Now, away from that, there are footages here showing how men in military uniform, picked up LASTMA officials. I think this is getting out of hand. It's outrageous. Seeing men in uniform, engaging or indulging themselves in this kind of dirty act.
Yeah, two wrongs don't make it right. I think the excesses of the LASTMA or LASTMA they call themselves is getting too much. I have to tell you that. Hiding under Lagos State's government to, commit all atrocity you can talk of this one. So they took that power too much, that power flexing, that power mongering is getting on their head too much. And two wrongs don't make it right, likewise, as I said. The way military came to attack them now doesn't make any wrong. They should have just called for, prosecutions of those bad heads in that, because, military, they don't attack people to survive. That is one thing. That's why they call them kill and go. If you have issue with them, you have your day to regret. You have your, years to regret of that beating, on that combat. So to me, they have to call the two organizations. They're like the military organization and the LASTMA organization. Their leaders have to come and see how they can come into solution to all this problem, because it's always happening. It's either you see police beating last man, or you see soldiers, discipline last man also, and you see last man too
fighting soldiers,
or you see last man too misbehaving on the street. So that's why I say Nigeria is becoming a lawless nation, where nobody respects the law. The constitution is there, nobody respects the constitution. So, and it's what the leaders are doing. The followers are, so taking after. So what do you expect? This is the kind of backlash of what we've been doing, and it's happening to us.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Raphael, good morning to you.
Mike, good morning.
Yeah.
My name is Raf Tresvant, if you don't know. Mike, I want to tell you something.
Okay.
Do Nigerians want an end for bandits? Do Nigerians want an end for Boko Haram?
Okay.
Do Nigerians want an end to corruption? Do Nigerians want an end to dollars, incessant domination over Naira? Does Nigerians want our economy to be repaired? Our destinies are on our hands. Some persons, when the drum is being beaten, instead of dancing to the right tune, they will be dancing to the left tune. Courtesy, ethnic bigots, religious bigots, sectionalism, mostly tribalism. Hard won, concretized tribalism.
And it's sitting us up.
Mike,
It's sitting us up.
listen. What is happening in Niger State? If you know the components, people that constituted the so-called brigandage called banditry or Boko Haram, you are going to weep.
Yeah, we have the picture right here. You can see.
Yes, it's a chartered state.
Yeah.
It's a chartered state. Over 200 communities in Niger State are under the payroll control of the bandits. Imagine, Tinubu should face our internal crisis. It should allow external political umpires to be over there. Face Nigerian crisis henceforth and allow ECOWAS-led ally or whatever they call themselves to go their way. We have crisis in Nigeria.
I think the Naira crack is a big issue.
My brother, is a big issue, but I want to add this adage. Sorry, Mike, for interrupting you.
All right.
Tinubu is trying to play the role of big brother Africa giant, but I have something to tell you. We stay in the house of the so-called brave man, warrior. We stay in the house of the coward, pointing hand at the haunted ruin of the compound of the brave, where it is overgrown with thorns and the thick wood bush. Tinubu should know that what we need now is gari, eba, beans, rice. Open borders and allow traders to bring in food into Nigeria so that Yoruba will smile, Igbo will smile, Hausa will smile, Ejo and our other ethnic brothers. We don't need war. America is the one pushing Tinubu. America is using Tinubu to cause trouble in West Africa.
There's dialogue going on.
Dialogue going on or not? See the West. The black man should go far from. We should go away from the
We are
West.
deliberating on the matter.
Neo-colonization is on course since 1960s. The war fought in Africa over independence of the nation states has collapsed. That war, they have forgotten in a haste that we fought them seriously in Tanzania and Zambia. We fought them in Ghana, we fought them everywhere in Congo. We fought the white. Still, our so-called demented politicians in Africa, they don't read history, they don't know. That they are neo-colonizing Africa again. We tried to decolonize Africa in 60s. We did our best, we succeeded, but with times, most of these idiotic politicians in Nigeria and other countries, they are the one that is taking us backward.
I think Africans are waking up now.
They are waking up, Mike. Look at almighty America, I love with my heart. Now, I know that America is nonsense. America is nonsense. America is the one orchestrating the war in Niger. The one conniving with all those ECOWAS political usurpers to fight Niger, a country with sovereignty. Yes. A sovereign nation like Niger, America is the one causing the trouble. Britain is there clapping and doing what? Fueling the fire of what? Invasion. War. To escalate. France is the one at the help of it.
For the president to be reinstated,
No, Bazoum must go. No, he must go. See,
but he should be released.
See, let me tell you, they are going to try him.
Bazoum will go.
If found
let him be released. That's what they are
politicians
saying.
in Africa, listen good, Mike. In China, if you misuse $1 that is meant for the public fund in China, tune of $1, you are gone. It is a law. It is a collectivized law. They are under the culture of collectivization. In China, they don't want anything help from you. It is within the Chinese collectively, they build China up to this level today. Any politician that steals $10,000 in Nigeria should first what? Gallows. They should send the person to gallows where his head is cut into two. So that we'll be free from this kind of oppression, political oppression, slavery. The Westerns are using our politicians against us. Imagine African man. My heart is sore. I'm telling you, beating of soldiers by LASTMA or Mike, it doesn't matter. That kind of problem is going on the streets of Lagos. We know that one. Mike, but you and I, going back to slavery again.
It's been a regular thing.
Sometimes you see it's a regular
police fighting soldiers,
fighting soldiers. Police, you know? What happened in Abati barracks over getting to 1 decade or 2 decades now? They killed many people, killed both innocent. Bomb police station, that police station that is closer to Abati barracks at Ojuelegba. It is something that we witness on a daily basis. LASTMA's excesses is growing what? To the brim. It is coming out. So that excess is the soldiers should treat their fuck up. They are now lying down. They were lying down yesterday begging. Why are you begging? Chebi Lagos State na Papa house. You are punishing motorists. Thereby, even you don't even consider the fact that the fuel price is up, that people are suffering. You are extorting motorists. LASTMA first soldier. No, that you first soldiers. I listen to me. They would have invited somebody like me to wipe their nyach with bulala, koboko. I will be beating them on their empty hands, this bag. Now here, I go to beat them. Those people, they are stubborn goats. LASTMA in Lagos State, they are causing enough trouble, Mike. It is a constant movie we watch on Lagos streets, Lagos traffic, every day.
All right, thank you so much, Raphael. Let's quickly give back.
Thank you.
Actually, you know I'm laughing. You know I'm laughing. When Raphael was saying but the LASTMA, I have to look my trouser to see what I'm wearing. Thank God I wear blue. If not so, if I wear like the LASTMA wine color, maybe they will think I'm a LASTMA. Soldier is all around the street looking for LASTMA. Anyway, as a culture, my name is Lucky Yaguna. I don't know the legal. I just want to at least to give you a few what is going on now, not 1960. Not 1960, Ojuku. That era has gone. They're talking now.
Trouble is looming.
Trouble. Yes. Are we not inside there? Are we not swimming inside trouble? Nigeria are used to that. Nigeria are used to that. Their name is suffering. My brother, let it go to 2,000 naira. Nigeria will not talk. It's only us here that even saying something here that the whole world is listening. If Tinubu can listen to us, Tinubu, what you are doing is wrong. You know, you are still in the court. People are not happy with you. You should do something that makes people happy. You only 100 days now. What is it going to tell us? Showcase anger, hunger, frustration for 100 days. Is that what would tell Nigerians?
I remember when the ill treatments and the killings by the men of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad.
Yes.
Became too much.
Yes, and SARS.
Yeah, became very, very, very
brutal.
Nigerians took to the streets.
Yes.
Protested.
Yes.
I don't know what's keeping Nigerians in the house.
There was no leader at that time. No leader.
Labour Congress, Nigerians are talking. Sorry, let me use Nigerians. We are talking about are not that proactive. No, at this point in time, we don't expect the country to keep going this way. It's over 650 naira in some parts of the country. Borno State 650 naira. This is outrageous.
See, my brother.
This is outrageous.
I think everybody's witnessed the whole scenario now. Everybody's talking about it. It's not just to talk. It's let the people go out of the street. Let them go out. Otherwise, before you know, we start selling fuel 5,000 naira. Nobody will use fuel again anymore. I don't understand me. They are not saying gas. Gas is very dangerous to use. Physical gas generator, physical gas this is very dangerous. They don't know. So now, according to Labour this morning, that they want to go on strike. The the fuel have already increased. So they want to go on strike. Now, I don't need to wait for labor. Now I am telling Nigerians, this is the time to take your destiny on your hand. I'm telling Nigeria, this is the time to go out and protest. I'm not saying revise of fuel. I don't think that one can realize now. I don't know. You cannot keep increasing fuel every day. I get it every month.
Even before
Leave it to the Kaba.
Even before the announcement of the fuel hike,
yes.
some fuel stations have started selling
That is,
above the normal
can I
price.
tell you why? Can I tell you that? Even the president, his son control part of it. Orlando, they are the one controlling it. So that is why the marketer determine. Yes, Orlando, check now. Olaturubu's son, what's the name again? He's the MD there now, chairman there. So automatically, who are the Kaba? They are the Kaba. When they are telling the poor people that only the Kaba are enjoying this. Now, the Kaba, the one selling the fuel. I get to be Tinubu. Say, let me tell you. Let's say the truth. Tinubu should put his house in order. Put his house in order, because anything can happen. Did you see some of this country when you see their people rise up against them, like in Niger, because the people are not happy. They are not enjoying democracy. And those who say they brought democracy for us, do you know people prefer ministry?
And
in Nigeria, yes, they prefer ministry.
And that's what led to military takeover.
That is it, because they're not doing well. See, the civilian who they say they practice democracy, they are even more wicked than the military. Now, check since 1999 and check the military time. Niger Bridge, all these bridge, different bridges, Babangida Bridge, many things we are enjoying today. It's other military. As the civilian, what did they do? Just to go to our share money, buy bulletproof. That is it. Now, Tinubu come, you're supposed to change this. It's a part of Kaba. We are not hiding it.
Just go to the house and receive money in their receive prayers in their
Akpabio, who did not win the election, telling Nigerians, my senator, go and enjoy just talking money they sent to account.
That's what Akpabio said.
You see? Yes. There's the money they sent to your account, go and enjoy for just 2 weeks.
Vacation.
Oh,
prayers.
That's about money. My little money I contributed.
Prayers.
Akpabio did not win election. You know that? He did not win election. And there's a probe under Akpabio. They are probing him. Now he's a Senate president. What do you expect for that? You know what's coming? Corruption. Tinubu should do the needful. I am telling you, Asiwaju, Bola Tinubu, Emilio come, do something before it's too late. Telling you, Nigeria is so happy. Everywhere you go now. We are just stranded. Go to the street, everybody become beggar. I was thinking that if the man come, at least they will do something. No government that will tell you they have money. Every government, they will say they don't have money. Just money. Go to Papa to clear a car. You know how much now? Airport everywhere. Money is coming everywhere. You are telling us we should be patient. That's how Buhari deceived us for 8 years. Be patient. We patient. At the end, what happened? Can't come and tell us again to be patient. How long can we patient?
Someone told me something 2 days ago. The person said he has not tasted meat for over 5 months.
Meat. Where do we get meat? You know how much for cow? My brother, did you know how we track? See, let me tell you. Our money is just been. Before we laugh at Zimbabwe, laugh at Rwanda, but our money now, if you want to carry 1 million now, you have to bring Ghana must go, which is very, very wrong. I get to be, see, Tinubu should change the 100 days, they want to see changes. No changes of anger, no changes of hunger, no changes of frustration, no changes of everything. You see, he says Tinubu is not in charge now. Your cabinet, you have not formed your cabinet. What are you waiting for? Now you are bombing Niger.
I think someone has. I think someone is in line with what you are saying here.
Yes, now.
Sorry for interrupting.
No problem, sir.
Oji, Lucky, unfortunately, Tinubu has nothing to offer Nigeria because he doesn't know what to do.
You see, he like power. Tinubu like power. Just the way he rule Lagos. He want to rule Nigeria like that. You can't be Jagaba in Nigeria. You can be Jagaba in Lagos. Lagos is like Lagos appetite.
I do say something that when it comes to federal level, it's a different ball.
It's a different ball game. You can't compare it. Okay, look at our ladies. You see, Tinubu should think. You should pray well. You should pray. Look at our lady who struggle. at least to get to the final, they lose. You know why? The land, the earth, the people are not happy. They are not happy. If the land people are happy with you, they will go flourishing. God is not happy. Tinubu should do something. They should tell him. They should not deceive him. Nigeria is not happy. You see, who are the Kaba? Who are the Kaba? Who are the Kaba? Ask yourself. Who are Etojola, Dangote, and the one holding the refinery? They are the Kaba. They are the Kaba.
You should go after the Kaba.
That's the point.
Where are they?
Not we.
Bring them out.
Not we. Not the poor people. Go to the Kaba. I will tell them. Etojola is a Kaba. Dangote is a Kaba. Tinubu is a Kaba. A lot of them. Yes. Osumole is a Kaba. All of them are Kaba. See the president is a Kaba. Obaseki is a Kaba. All of them are Kaba. As far as the government is Kaba. So we are not happy. I am not here to talk 1960.
What of your oil marketers?
They are Kaba.
What about the oil marketers?
See, Tinubu, Kule. It's your brother.
The president has so much.
Speak the language you want to hear to him.
Okay.
That Nigeria is not happy with it.
Speak Yoruba.
Tell him.
Maybe you understand Yoruba better. Speak Yoruba.
Aṣíwájú Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Jagaban of Africa, the president wa, ìlú ni àwọn èèyàn lára o, àwọn èèyàn ò gbádùn mọ́ o, and wọ́n dẹ̀ ní ẹni tẹ́bí bá ń pa, ó máa di wèrè sí títì ni o. Nǹkan tí ẹ̀ ń rí sí nìyẹn o, because àwọn eléyìí sí, wọ́n ti di wèrè sí títì, ebi ń pa everybody now, kò síṣẹ́, kò sí anything, àwọn kan dẹ̀ ń jókòó, àwọn tó ń kọ́wọ́ ìlú ìjẹ, wọn ò ju bíi 5, 6, 10 lọ, ẹ gbé wọn jáde, kẹ́ probe wọn, kò ń ṣe Emefiele nìkan ló yẹ kó wà prison o, kò ń ṣe tó bá di pé ẹ máa invite president wa, former president wa, invite him, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ máa fi gbogbo ìnira yẹn máa gbé lórí mẹ̀kúnnù o, oyè yìí, so ìlú ní àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù lára gan-an, àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù dẹ̀kọ́ ló dá wàhálà tó wà nílùú sílẹ̀, so ẹ jọ̀wọ́ torí Ọlọ́run o, àwa la dìbò fún yín o, but àwọn tẹ́ ń gbé mọ́ra yẹn ẹ nígbà tí gbé wọn mọ́ra, ẹ gbé wọn síta káwa gan tẹ́ ẹ bá lè dì pẹ̀lú wọn, àwa mẹ̀kúnnù á dì pẹ̀lú wọn.
Some Nigerians are asking questions that how can the president fight corruption when the president himself is corrupt?
That's that's another angle. The president
surrounded by
corrupt people. Yes,
the cabinet, even some of the ministers they were appointed of recent.
That's the
antecedents. Very corrupt.
That's the system of paying back to your loyalists, and we don't compensating your loyalists without even scrutinizing them whether they are capable, to hold that position or not. Baba is shaking. We are not trying. We don't. When we see wrong, we say the wrong. When we see the truth, we say the truth. But what we hate is propagandas. Don't come here and lie on somebody's head. Say this one or this one or that. That's one thing I'm always against. That is what I'm always against.
In the area of corruption, if you check Tinubu since he came into power, he has not mentioned anything in corruption. If you check, go check.
Yes.
So do you know why? Akpabio, check Akpabio record.
My brother.
Do you know there was a probe when they say off the mic. Akpabio is among of them. Today, where is it? The mic is off or everything is off. So Tinubu, see, let's say they are. My brother, you that is in abroad, America, everywhere there, please take this video to Tinubu. Oga Taiwo Ogulade, you are my friend. Take this video to Tinubu that Nigerians, for Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, everybody, Ido, Esha, everybody, we are not happy with him. Nigeria now, you can see everybody now. When you see a Nigerian man starting one play, the next is those assistants. He talk Igbo. They say he spoke Igbo. No, Nigeria now getting mad.
So, my brother, my last word, please, just pardon me. Okay. Then you know that this fight is supposed to start from home.
It started here now.
No, it doesn't have to start here. We all now go back to our different constituency, different states, our governors. What are they doing? Because we don't need to be just crowded in one place as we are now. We need to fight that battle. As I'm talking to you, now, the losses of Obaseki, you not say it out. Obaseki blocks
let's go to
constituency from member of the House of Assembly. Representative.
Let's go to Kera. Let's go
in my own state. What's it called? Adeleke did something so wrong, not too long, and we totally condemn him. That is a premature governor. If he's listening to me, he should listen well. Adeleke is a premature governor because 4 souls were killed during the Osun Osogbo festival, and you were there. And we were told that those cultists, they were part of your entourage. So all those things should be stopped.
Zafara, yes, he did. The one they are killing Zafara, we have the president there. You cannot tell governor. Governor cannot do all. Look at where they are killing there in Zafara. Tinubu should do something.
Lucky is not happy.
I'm not happy. Nigeria is not happy. We are not happy. Tinubu, Emiloko, Jagaba.
Bakari said it that he warned people, he warned Nigerians about this in Milocom. And many are still asking questions that they expect the president to, or they expected him to hit the ground running. Is what we are facing the ground the president said he will hit running? Now, before I let you speak, let me quickly read out what one of our viewers here has written here. Nnamdi, Obi kept saying it. Corruption happens and persists when the head of the snake himself is corrupt. Corruption happens and persists when the head of the snake is corrupt. Does that make any meaning to you?
Good morning. Good morning, our viewers all over the world. I greet you. All the men where Sabi, I hail you. Long life, all men where Sabi. Mr. Dennis, I greet you. Taiwo, Nnamdi, Nwachukwu, everybody. Mr. Mike, the proverb itself, I've just explained itself already. Tinubu itself is nothing but, you look at him, he's a corrupt leader. Sorry, I am not here. I am not here to. He's not a corrupt leader. I'm not here to impress anybody. I'm here to wear my own opinion. Now, he said that the head is corrupt. Obi have just said it all, and Nnamdi have just tried to bring it out to us now for us, asking for a clear explanation. When the head is corrupt, what do you expect the others to do? Tinubu, you said you're going to hit the ground running. What have you been doing? The first day you entered, what do? You pressed the wrong button. And what was the wrong button? You remove subsidy immediately. And what are we seeing? Most of the leaders that are within your cabinet are nothing but corrupt leaders. If not for the intervention of the so-called senators, few ones that are really reasonable and know what they are doing in the House of Senate, if not because of their sensitivity, somebody like El-Rufai would have been there. But because they have booted him out, and they try, I said, what did El-Rufai try to tell us? That he wants to go to abroad and further his education, without even knowing that we in Nigeria, we have known quite all right that nothing. He was declared one of the corrupt leader by most of the Senate. Tinubu is on the wrong note and side. Why? Because if really you want to succeed, what's the most important? Show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. That's number one. How many corrupt people are within the cycle of Tinubu? Almost all the leaders. Look at Akpabio. Did Akpabio win any election in Akwa Ibom? No. And we have a lot of corrupt charges leveled against somebody like Akpabio. But he was still, because he elevated himself under the APC, as one of the APC members, the stronghold. And what did he do? He decided to compensate them, Senate President and all that. He started on the wrong note. These people that he called himself cabinet, a cabinet member, how many, the constitution, the way he constituted his cabinet is not even in order.
Now, I think I'll pause you here. Odunlade is currently tackling Nnamdi. Odunlade said that Obi is not exempted as well. If you are saying that Tinubu is corrupt or this is that. Obi as well is not exempted. That all politicians are corrupt.
What I was actually expecting from Tinubu, because when you look at when he was about coming in, a lot of people were saying he has money, he has made money, he's not even after Nigerian money. Okay, once immediately you came in as a Nigerian president, what are you supposed to do? The first thing you should have done is nothing but to tackle corruption in Nigeria. A little. Now, the reason why there's always a political military intervention in any democratic setting is because of corruption.
The corruption Buhari tackled for 8 years and couldn't
defeat it. There's nothing like Buhari did not even tackle any corruption in Nigeria. When you rate even Buhari himself, what happened to his son? His son is even rated as one of the richest men in Africa. One of the richest now. Buhari's son. And this is somebody that came into power and he was telling you that he doesn't have money. Where and what kind of business does his son does that makes him that kind of rich? And they're talking about corruption here. So Tinubu, you started on a very, very wrong note. The people you are impacting or circling yourself within, combining your cabinet, are nothing but the wrong individuals, the wrong persons that will nothing but tarnish your political career and ambition. Yes, you have become the first president of Nigeria, one of the giants of Africa. If I'm not even mistaken, that was then, not even now. Now, what were you supposed to do? You tackle corruption. Remember, ever since Tinubu entered, he had never said anything about corruption. My colleague actually said it now, in Loki. Corruption has not been mentioned. And what's the only problem where you find yourself, military coming into intervention, is nothing but once there's a corruption in a democratic setting. That was what happened in Niger. And in Niger today, give them 2 to 3 or 5 years, allow those military people to continue, because these are what the masses want. The masses have told you that these are the people, these are what the kind of government they want to enjoy. Allow them 2 to 3 years. Let's see what the military people will do. But you are in a situation whereby we are living in a country whereby the corruption. Okay, what did you heard what Akpabio said to the senator, that they should go home and enjoy themselves. That the money will be sent into their different accounts.
Prayers.
That prayers. And what is prayer? What is prayer? They are
to their meals.
That is to their meals. That is money. We're talking about bank alert, but it's not supposed to be like that. Are you getting me? So it's a very wrong. Tinubu started on a very, very wrong note, because the people he's bringing in within his cabinet are not supposed to be there. A lot of persons and individuals. So it's a wrong move. So let him go in. We have a lot of things. Problem. Okay, we are having issues in Nigeria. People are dying on a daily basis. 2 days ago, 2 teachers were killed. Was it yesterday? 2 teachers were killed in a school in Plateau State here. And the government is not doing anything about it. And how many students were injured? By who? Herdsmen, kidnappers, all these, all these herdsmen. And we are not doing anything about it. Okay, there's no food in the land. Because it's when only the farmers goes to work, they farm, they bring out the food, the farm products. But it's going to most of these villages that goes to farm. It's very, very hard for you to see most of them going to farm, because they are nothing but afraid of Fulani herdsmen. But it's not supposed to be like that. Our military, okay, you heard that a lot of military people were killed in Niger here. I said it here, time without number. Was it on Tuesday, last week, Wednesday? Niger. Now, why not in Niger State? Why not allow these people that call themselves, senators, members of House of Reps, why not allow them to go into that war? Why we sit back here and wait for them? Once they are back, we welcome them. As in, the way they welcome, the way they think they are going to welcome us. Because most of these people that call themselves senators and members of House of Reps, they don't even have vision. They just, found themselves in that position. Because when you have a vision, some of them are not even entrepreneurs. Entrepreneur in the sense that a lot of them have never even owned a pure water company. But you decided to find yourself in that senatorial seat. And what are you doing?
That's stage.
Tell me, it's not fair. There's nothing like an idea, no vision for your country. A lot of things are happening. So what I'm expecting from Tinubu, why not cycle yourself with meaningful and reasonable and gurus that will be able to move your government forward? Instead of moving down with people that are nothing, what they are after is their own selfish interest. Now, what were you supposed to do? Bring them in, give them, these are the kind of individuals I want to work with, that will be able to bring out the visions. If at all, He doesn't have any vision for this country. You have a lot of leaders that you think that maybe they are better off than you. Go in and ask questions. Stop killing Nigeria. People are dying on the daily basis. There's hunger in the land. So that alone is enough for you to think that there's no vision. This government has no vision for the entire nation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Yeah, you're welcome, Mr. Matthew.
Good morning, Mr. Kunle. Kunle Michael.
Okay. What is completing the name?
Somebody was greeted by the side, but you didn't notice. I don't want to.
Who was that?
No, the person have left.
Yeah. Male or female?
Female.
Female.
No, really.
You didn't call my name.
No, it's not.
All right, Martin, it seems you are not seeing an end to the raging insecurity in the country. Issue of banditry, terrorists, herdsmen, killings, north, west, eastern part of the country. Recent, the brought down of this, I think, calls for serious concern. We need to dissect it. Where do we go from here?
Where we go from here is simple. The government should change their strategy. The government should think out of the box. The government should reject the security architecture. What we are seeing is not a rocket science. It's unthinkable that bandits, whether you call them bandits, terrorists, will bring down American military jets within American sovereignty. It's unthinkable. Before you move, they ought to have done their due diligence, surveillance of the area they are going. It's not even surprising that some time ago, though not under this administration, Nigerian fighter jets went and bombed an IDP camp. Guess what? They blame it on an intelligence they gathered from one of their foreign partners. It's going to show that our foreign partners can give us credible intelligence that is actionable. Though we did not, as a country, as a military, as an effort, verify to know that it's an IDP camp. But the foreign partner were able to know that there is a gathering of people in that locality. So why don't you deploy technology? I understand we used to have SAT-1, SAT-2 built under Obasanjo, but I understand they lost in the orbit. Who said we cannot spend money to build a new one? So for me, I think it requires one, change the strategy, rejigging of the security architecture. The command and control system currently is not working. A situation where you control the whole security system from one center is not sustainable. All crime is local. Devolve power, security power to the state level and even to local government. Why should the governor be going by the name of governor and the chief security officer of the state and not parade any security power? Why should they arrogate all the security power in the office of Mr. President through the office of the National Security Advisor? The governors, the local government chairman should have some level of security power because all crime is local. That is the way and manner you can leave crime in the box.
Away from that, moving on to the fuel crisis. This is something that is happening on a regular in Nigeria. Well, one day I sat down, that's only me, I sat down every night and thought about all these issues. Now, a country that majorly depends on fuel, PMS, I don't think that I mean a country with so much resources. Petrol is not the only resources we have. Sorry, the only resource we have in Nigeria. We have diverse resources, and I believe this should be addressed urgently. The major problem we are having in the country is simply because we depend on crude oil. Is there no way the government can strategize, look for a way of developing states that have resources look for a way of restructuring I don't even know how to go about this. Look for a way of revamping the economy, making sure that some of our natural resources that have been abandoned are put into use.
The way to go is diversification. When Naira was better than dollar, it was not magic. It was because we were producing and exporting. We had the era of Granite Pyramid. We had the era of cocoa boom. We had the era of palm oil. We were cultivating cotton here. We have Texas mills. We have Asaba Texas mill, Kaduna Texas mill, all over the place. So our economy was based on agriculture.
And we're surviving.
Any economy that is based on agriculture is more sustainable than what we have today. So if you want us to survive as a country, take us back to agriculture-based economy. I'm not saying that it's not getting us money, but we're operating on a mono economy. And it exposes the economy to volatility. Because you have an economy, you have a single commodity that is dependent on foreign market to determine the trend. What happens in the international market affects our local economy directly. Because one, we are not refining here. You mine crude, you export, you bring back refined products. So once there is fluctuation of price of crude in the international market, we have direct bearing on our pump pricing. And PMS have multiplied effect on our economy. So for me, I think the right thing to do is to diversify the economy into one solid mineral. Who say our steel cannot work? I understand they have sold the rolling mill. I think that happened under a passenger, but they can bring it back to limelight. I understand part of the reason our steel is not working has to do with international politics, because the West understand that if our steel work, we are probably going to capture African markets. But we need a government, a president with power to confront it. That is on one hand. Who say our gold, they are mining illegally, will not bring something reasonable to our table? Then take us back to era of cultivating cotton, so that our textiles can come back on board. Start cultivating wheat to start bringing back flour mills. Because when we had the Russia-Ukraine crisis, price of flour skyrocketed. So the best approach is to diversify the economy, keep majorly into agriculture.
Keep eyes away from.
No, the money you are getting from oil, push it into agriculture. That's the way to go. Now, give power serious attention. It is surprising that 8 years of Muhammad Buhari, he could not add even 1,000 to our transmission of electricity. He came and inherited about 4,000 megawatts transmission and left us with about 4,500 megawatts. And before they came on board, I think Fajola was the Minister of Power then. He alluded to the fact that Nigeria already had capacity to generate about 12,000 megawatts. So it means our problem has to do with transmission. And transmission is still in the hands of federal government. They have not been deregulated because the transmission company of Nigeria is one that manages it. But I don't think that is the issue. The issue is invest to improve on our transmission so that we can evacuate all the power that has been generated by different generating companies. Federal government keep giving license to people to generate. And they enter into agreement with the company that we are going to evacuate all you generate. By the time you pay for all that generating, you don't have enough network to sustain evacuating it. So the federal government end up paying for what is not being used, and you push back the burden on consumers. So I think the government need to think twice about power. When we get it right with power, I think you would have solved half of Nigerian problems.
you so much, Matthew. We need to go. Viewers across the globe, we appreciate you for joining us on today's edition of this program. We really appreciate you. And I would implore you, viewers, please, with due respect, to share our videos. Share our videos, share our videos, tell your friends about Flip TV, about the opinions we dish out to the world on this platform. All right, on this note, I say goodbye to you in today's edition of this program. Join us next time on the same platform. Michael Adekule remains my name. Behind the camera, I have David Daniel, our social media handles. Right on the screen. If a trolley is there, right on the screen. And you can join me on all platforms at Michael Timtayo Adekule. Michael Timtayo Adekule. Bye for now. If you go to war, you go keep pregnant woman. Whenever is pregnant woman, that is